Right, one more time, welcome all to our webinar, Enhance Your Dental Sticks with Natural Ingredients. And thank you for being with us this morning. Before we dive in, a quick reminder on some practical aspects. All attendees are on mute during the presentation, but you can send some questions on the chat. You can use the questions tab at the bottom right of your screen. We will answer your question at the end of the webinar, and if we don't have time to answer all of them today, we will get back to you personally. And of course, the presentation will be sent out afterwards, so you don't need to take screenshots of each slide. Let's have a look at our agenda and speakers for today. I am Pierre Ferrand, Category Manager for the pet food and feed activities at Limagrain Ingredients. And to start off, I will introduce our company, as well as share some very brief insights about the pet food markets and trends. I am joined by my colleague Chen-Chen Jiang from the R&D department, who is a specialist in animal nutrition, and she will talk to you more in depth about our Presco products, including our latest innovation, Presco Flour, and their benefits in dental sticks. Without further ado, let's start. So, Limagrain Ingredients, who are we? We are a French company based in Auvergne, in the center of France. One interesting fact about our company is that we are the only actor capable of ensuring the control of its entire chain, from the variety selection to the ingredient production. And that's because we are part of the Limagrain Group, which is the fourth largest seed company in the world. That means we can think about ingredients from the seed to the flour or to the final ingredient made from this raw material. Some key figures about us for the year 2023-2024. Our turnover is 215 million euros, and we have close to 400 employees. We process annually around 330,000 tons of cereals in 6 production sites in France and the Netherlands. And I mentioned the Netherlands because this is where most of our ingredients for pet food are produced. It's important as well to know that we cover food activities on top of animal feed and pet food. Our 6 international markets include bakery, snacks, culinary, breakfast cereals and bars, pet food, and animal nutrition. And indeed, we have a wide ingredient range that includes wheat and maize flours and grits, but also some bakery ingredients like improvers and mixes, mainly for the bakery industry, some masa flours as well, and also pellets specific for snacks. A strong pillar in our range are the functional flours, which are heat treated in order to provide them with specific properties around texture, nutrition, or processability. And finally, which is more of interest for us today, puff grains and pre-gelatinized ingredients, which we are going to tell you more about in a minute. Right. Now, as a quick intro, before we deep dive into dental sticks, let's have a brief look at the market dynamics and trends in pet food. So, the overall pet food situation in Europe, just looking at some numbers from 2022 mainly, in a nutshell, it is a growing market. We see plus 30% of pets in Europe since 2010, almost half of the families in Europe owning a pet, and this has increased a lot with the extended time at home during the pandemics. In total, it's an industry that, where 10.2 million tons of pet food products are sold annually, with a turnover of close to 28 billion euros. If you look at the chart on the right, we see the biggest countries for pet food in Europe are France, Germany, the UK, and Italy. And these more established Western European markets should see a slow but very steady growth. It's important to note that premium pet food with higher price products was under a lot of pressure in the last year, especially with inflation hitting hard the sector. We saw, for example, I think 21% increase in pet food prices across Europe in 2022. But this being said, pet food is a market where pet owners are willing to spend more for high quality products. Therefore, it's foreseen that spending will continue, hence why the European pet food market is forecasted to keep growing. And this is mainly driven by the pet snacks and treats market, which includes dental sticks. And to finish it off, just a quick look at the main trends that are driving the pet food markets. Overall, pet humanization is still the key trend, overall key trend. Many pet owners are treating pets like they are part of their own family. They're looking for pet food that reflects their own taste, and they share similar concerns for their pet and for themselves. That's why the first driver for pet food innovations is health and functionality. Pet owners are convinced that specific health issues can benefit from formulations targeting special conditions, and that's why we see a lot of new products with health claim to improve the immune system, eyesight, bones, obesity, to prevent obesity, or to improve dental hygiene, like dental sticks. The second driver is nutrition, very important. We see pet owners applying more and more their own dietary preferences to their pets with foods like fresh ingredients, superfoods, whole grain, or high protein or high fiber content catching up everywhere. More and more brands focus on clean label recipes, and we see an increase in all natural, organic, GMO-free claims in new launches. Pet owners are also looking for foods that offer a nutritional boost, and snack and treats are a perfect example of this. And as a result, there's been an increase in premium products, as we said, even though it slowed down a little lately, mentioned due to the inflation. And last but not least, the third driver is sustainability. You see, pet owners are being more and more concerned about the environmental impact of pet food. More and more planet-friendly claims continue to grow, and brands are looking at reducing packaging waste. They want to increase transparency around carbon emissions. And linked to this, there are also more and more claims around raw material origin and country of production. So this was a very quick snapshot on some of the key trends in pet food. This being said, even though we looked at the pet food market as a whole, it is clear that pet snacks and treats are one of the main growth drivers. And this includes, of course, dental sticks, which is our focus today. So I will now leave the floor to Chen. We will tell you more about our natural ingredients and how they can enhance your dental sticks. Chen, whenever you want.
Thanks, Pierre. I think everybody can see me and my nice background of dental sticks we made with our ingredients. First of all, let's see the general function of raw materials in extrusion process. Why we're talking about extrusion? Because the dental sticks we made on this webinar is with the extrusion process. Of course, you can also make it with the other process. First of all, let's have a brief look on the function of different ingredients in extrusion process. Starch and proteins are the main ingredients. Their general function is to form structure. It is a well-known fact that all materials add to a formulation, resulting modification of this process and affect the extruded characteristic in one or other way. Extrusion resulting in swelling, generalization of starch. The network formed by starch alone, however, is not very strong and it's rigid, like Cheetos we eat. The other polymer, protein, support and strengthen the network and give optimal texture to the extruded products. Similarly, protein alone cannot form the suitable structure and texture of the extruded end products. Starch and protein, which used in combination, produce the most desired product with respect to its texture and properties. Of course, besides the majority of the ingredients, starch and protein, you also have fibrous materials. When it's up to 2 to 3%, it will affect the extruded characteristics, the shape, texture, and it also have an effect on expansion control. Other components like the liquid components, fats, oils, emulsifiers, glycerol, they work as plasticizers, and of course they are lubricants during the process. And some salts of phosphoric acid, calcium, or sodium salt, they work as nucleating agents for gas bubble formation, which will, when during the process, the extrusion process, will the bubble will form around these small components. Then let's look at the second slide. This slide shows you the structure of a cereal grain inside. From the right to left, you can see the pericarp. On the outmost part, it's the most fibrous part of cereal grain. Then you have a allurar layer, rich in vitamins, proteins, fats, or oils, of course, other components. And this part, during milling, we call it a bran. And because of this bad mouthfeel, so we give it actually to pigs or to other animals. Regarding fiber intake, the pigs eat much more healthier than us, also than our four-legged furry friends. Then you go further, you have the blue part. This is endosperm. The granules dyed in dark blue, they are starch granules in its intact form. When you gelatinise the starch, the form will be gone. And I forgot to mention the light green part, mainly protein. So when you do milling, you mill the pericarp allurar layer, then the only part left is endosperm, which will form flour, for example, the wheat flour. So you get rid of all this nutritious part. You're left with the starch concentrated part. However, if you want to produce whole grain flour, you add them to the white flour again. With our process, we have PET flour, which is the flour version, so without the fruit-coat allurar layer. We also have Presco, which is the leading character of this webinar. They are the whole grain ingredients. Then, yeah, of course, we have different ingredients. Different ingredients will behave differently in extrusion. As you can see from this photo, corn, pea, wheat, rice, regarding their the starch sizes and shape, they're different. So they behave differently in extrusion. However, the rheological property of dental sticks, they depend highly on the heat treatment of these grains before extrusion. Yeah, although the botanical sources will influence the process. However, the heat treatment is the most important parameter. So today, I will focus on the heat treatment we have on one ingredient, that's corn. Then I will talk about how we do our heat treatment. We have a unique process. The name is Presco, pressure cooking. This slide already shows our popcorn range for dental sticks. Then this diagram, it shows how we do this process. Of course, before we do a heat treatment Presco, we clean our grains. We do a double cleaning process. Then the grain will go to the buffering puffer. It will stay there for a few seconds to up to 30 seconds. It depends on the grain types. As I mentioned previously, different grain types, they have the size and shape of the starch is different. So you need to use different temperature to gelatinize this starch. Of course, with this puffer, you have high pressure, high temperature. The clean grains stay in the buffering barrel for a while. Then abruptly, the pressure will be gone. Then the grain shot to the long tunnel. In the reality, it's like 40 meters long. then they will puff. Why? Because the water naturally in the starch granules, they will swell. In the meanwhile, they dig holes to the starch granules, and the starch granules are gelatinized, because we know 1 mole of steam occupies much more space than water. So one is in the puffing barrel. The steam cannot evaporate when the pressure is gone. They will evaporate immediately, and the starch will swell. Then in the end, we have puffed cereals like popcorn. Then we will cool these puffed grains instantly. Then we process them further to make different forms. Of course, by doing this process, we can optimize starch gelatinization. And in the meanwhile, it will reveal the naturally a nice fragrance of grains. When you eat popcorn, it has popcorn smell. When you eat wheat, it has the natural wheat smell. It's really attractive to us, and also to our furry friends, of course. And because of the starch gelatinization will be highly digestible. And the next slide, I will show you why is that. Because of this calculated pressure, steam, and time, we can guarantee a batch-to-batch consistency regarding the functionality and the nutrition. Of course, because for the cleaning process, it's low in macrotoxin and other hazards. And this slide shows you the internal structure of native grain, wheat and barley, and after Pressco puffing, wheat and barley. As we can see here, on the left side, especially with wheat, you can still, it's native form. So the starch granules circled in red, it's still intact, embedded with the protein, fiber, and other components. However, after Pressco, you don't see intact starch anymore. That means, structure, Pressco open the crystallinity structure of native grain to make it more available to the digestive enzymes. By doing this, you also alter the function in the extrusion. The same for barley. The native starch granules in barley is more in another shape. Then this is our popcorn range. As I mentioned, we have petcorn in the middle. That's like just after puffing. Then you can have a baby corn meal, or you can have a baby Pressco flour, or baby corn melt, or even in pellet form. It depends what you want, what you can handle in your production. Or this different physical form will also have different functionality in the extrusion. Then this slide shows you the characteristics of our product compared to the native corn flour. The first one on the top, the left on the top is the native corn flour. They are all with 30% of the flour with 20 gram of water. Now we move to the right, the top right. It's a PET flour corn. It has instant water binding effect. If you put water inside, it binds immediately. It's like sort of like a glue structure. Then on the left bottom, you have Pressco baby corn melt. It's our standard Pressco product. It has good water absorption consistency, and you can roll it as a laminated dough easily. With PET flour, you cannot do it. It's like glue. Then in the middle bottom, you have a Pressco corn flour 600. It's more or less the same as Pressco baby corn melt. It has a good water absorption and consistency. Then you have this Pressco corn flour 250. It's a finer version. It also has a instant water binding capacity. However, it will not behave like glue. So it has the instant water binding capacity, but you can still make a nice dough out of it. So this will affect the dental sticks. Then there's a summary of the products we used in the trials. I'm going to talk about in the following slides. Yeah, the first one is a Presco corn flour 600, then 250, then pet flour corn, then baby corn milk. What's the general difference? The left two products and the most right one, they are based on whole corn flour. So it's with the fruit coat, alero layer, everything. However, with the pet corn, it's just the endosperm part. It doesn't have as high as protein as the whole corn product, and it's also the finest version. The particle size is low, so it's a little bit more dusty than the rest. So the Presco flour, they're based on whole corn flour. They give dental sticks a more grainy structure. And they have a strong popcorn smell. Now, because of the particle size of the different Presco flour, when you make the dental sticks, the surface will be also different. Of course, the finer you go, the less grainy it will become. Then, yeah, we will talk about the trials. This is the general setup of the trial. This is the Simon Stelling composition. Sorry, it's with our dried ingredients from Lima Grain ingredients. Of course, today I will only talk about corn-based products. Now, 1% of salt and 1% of calcium carbonate. Maybe you guys still remember these small components. They work as a nucleate agent. Then, additionally, we add water and glycerin. For the process flow, first we mix all the dry ingredients, then we add it to the extruder. Then in the meanwhile, we will add the additions like water and glycerol. Then, yeah, go through the different compartments of extruder. Then we will cut it and cool it down. Then this slide, we did many trials. The first one we did is with our standard products, baby corn milk. We say it's the beginning of whole grain dental sticks. Because of the healthy trend, as Pierre mentioned, the nutritionist for us, it's recommending us to eat whole grain bread, and we thought the same. Yeah, it would be nice for our dogs to eat more healthily. On the right side, you can see dental sticks made with the left one is with both pet flour and baby corn milk, and the right one is purely with the pet flour. It's with different pet flour. These two photos show you the difference. Of course, the shape we can manipulate the shape, either cylinder or in the star form. And as you can see, with the baby corn milk, the look is more grainy. With pet flour, it's more smooth on the structure. And the very first trial we did is we replaced the 31% for native wheat flour by 31% of baby corn milk. As you can see on the left side, the hardness of the sticks, there's a difference. The one with the baby corn milk is harder than the one with the native wheat flour. So this is the beginning. We see it will give you a nice hard stick to the dental stick. So we thought about to develop more products for dental sticks, and with the grainy appearance, some people are looking for that, but some manufacturers, they don't want it. So we developed other types of ingredients. for that. This is the results of the trials with the Pressco flour, fine milled Pressco flour. We did more than 6 trials. Of course, these are the representatives. As you can see, they are all look quite nice. This slide shows the hardness. In general, for dental sticks, of course, you want to have this abrasion effect. When the dog is biting the sticks, it should be hard enough and it should be flexible enough to brush the teeth of your dogs. Otherwise, it will lose the function of dental sticks. Of course, as a veterinarian, the best advice, suggestion would be brush the teeth of your dogs like you brush your own teeth. But yeah, however, some people don't like doing it. Regarding the harness, this is a little bit complicated. Let's see. This the first 4 trials. The composition of this trial is with the native wheat flour on the light pink. Then pet flour corn. That's the the corn flour based. It's in pink. Then the red part is Pressco corn flour 250. So we kept the native the percentage of native wheat flour constant. Then we change more. We get more Pressco corn flour instead of pet flour corn. Pet flour corn, yeah, that's actually the standard product we use to produce dental sticks. However, it's not whole grain based. If you want to make healthier dental sticks, yeah, Pressco corn flour is the option. So we want to see what's the effect when we replace more Pressco corn flour with the when we replace pet flour corn with the Pressco corn flour. As you can see here, yes, the hardness actually goes down slightly. Actually, it's logic because with the whole corn based ingredient, there are more protein, there's more fiber. It will influence the structure of a dental sticks. This is with the Pressco corn and the pet flour corn. However, when you look at the trial 5 and 6, this one is with the pet corn, Pressco corn flour and pet flour corn. The hardness compared to the previous 4 trials, they are all no difference. That means actually without native wheat flour, you can make a really nice dental sticks with both pet flour and Pressco flour. And without that means no matter you use pet flour or Pressco flour, they will give you a nice dental sticks. And regarding the flexibility, when we look at the trial 1 and 2, this is with the, let me see the ingredients. The light pink is with the native wheat flour. The pink one is pet flour corn. Then the red one is Pressco corn flour. When you look at the trial 1 and 2, the flexibility of sticks is improved when native wheat flour was replaced by Pressco corn flour. When you look at the trial 2 and 3, dental sticks are much more flexible with more pet corn compared with more Pressco corn flour. The pet flour also has it will increase the hardness as well. However, without the native wheat flour, the combination of pet flour and Pressco flour is the best. These are the results I mentioned. Then the benefits, of course, I mentioned already. It's whole corn based, and it it can replace a native wheat flour to make sticks harder and more flexible. And yeah, the color, of course, is yellower without the wheat flour because of the corn color. And regarding the nutritional benefit, it's whole grain with more protein, more fiber, vitamins, etc. It will be more cost effective. Regarding press-go and extrusion, press-go is more efficient. Press-go corn flour is much easier to process, more flowable, less dusty because of the particle size is bigger than extruded flour. Now, of course, as I mentioned, this webinar, I focused on Press-go, the combination of PET flour with Press-go flour. However, we also did many trials with only PET flour based, like corn, wheat, rice, and pea. If you are interested, let me know. Then I can share you some information. Thank you. I think this is the end of my presentation. If you guys have any questions, let me know.
Thank you very much, Chen. As we said, you can use the question tab at the bottom right of your screen to ask your questions directly. And I can see we have a couple of questions. Do you know if we can adapt easily an extrusion machine able to do classic dry pet food into some kind of dental sticks machine?
Yeah, it depends because you do need a twin screw extruder. If you have twin screw, it will be more flexible and it's easier to convert to make a dental stick out of it. If it's a single screw extruder, yeah, it will be less difficult, even sometimes not possible. But however, of course, if you pre-cook your starch highly enough, like 100% gelatinization degree, then you adjust the pressure of the extruder in some way. Maybe yeah, it's worth trying. But twin screw extruder is highly recommended.
Okay, sounds good. Got another question here. Why should there be more fiber in dental sticks? What is the benefits according to you? Because we talked a lot about it.
Yes, yeah, actually during the webinar, I already mentioned it's a whole corn, whole grain based dental sticks. Of course, with only PET flour, without this nutritious part, you can really make a nice dental stick. The hardness, flexibility. However, because of a trend of nutrition and health, we focus on our own health. We also want our pets to live as long as possible with us. So we were thinking about to make a whole grain-based dental sticks for the dogs, because you give I think one dental stick per day for your dog. Compared to the complete pet food, will make not much difference. However, there's a difference for your dog. Dogs and cats, they both need fiber for their intestinal health. That's the reason, without affecting the function of a dental stick, hardness and functionality, you can give a healthy version of dental sticks. Why not?
Sounds good. Thanks. I think we have time for one more question. You talked to us. You showed that you still have PET flours, extruded functional flours in your portfolio. But would I have to change my ingredient information on the package if I would change from PET flour to Press-go flour?
In general, no, because it's just if you are already on your ingredient packaging, you say corn. It's just no matter it's Press-go flour, whole grain based, or PET flour, it's just corn. If you say already corn flour, it's okay because they are corn flour. However, if I were working in the marketing, I would say whole corn flour because it's healthier.
Okay, thank you. I see no more questions, so we are reaching the end of this webinar. I would like to thank you, all of you, for your attention. And as we said, don't hesitate to write to us directly if you have more questions. You can see the email address on the screen at the moment. If you would be interested in receiving samples as well, we are here to help you. So one more time, thank you very much. And we hope that was an insightful presentation to you. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.